What's up, y'all? This is Faith and Fame with me, your girl, Brittney Q. Hill. Today, we're talking about Megyn Kelly getting the boot, Steph Curry's new venture, and we have a dope special guest. Stay tuned. Hey.
I'm trying to hit them notes.
Go ahead, girl. It's your moment. Don't mess it up.
I got the little Millie Rock on there. That's my little favorite move, y'all.
All right. When it comes to inspiration in Hollywood, there's definitely no shortage of that on this show. This is the first episode of Faith and Fame with me, your girl, Brittney Q. Hill.
Yes!
We made it, y'all. But you know, everything is better with 1, 2, or 3, so I'm going to introduce my panel with me tonight.
It's your boy Jay Lamar.
Good. And hey, everybody, it's your girl, Imani J.
In the building. Now, you know, there's this guy. I'm not going to toot his horn too much, but he happens to be one of the most sought-after fitness gurus in Hollywood, and he happens to be a great friend of mine. This is Gifted by Rob Thompson. What's up, yo?
What's happening? Thanks for having me, Brittney.
Of course. Thank you for being here.
Of course.
So let me just go down the list really quick for those of you who don't know. This is the man behind the Queen Mother, Angela Bassett.
Oh my
This guy,
gosh.
yep, trains Angela Bassett. I mean, in addition to me, but you know, the Queen Mother. We want to
Yes.
know what's the secret. Give us the sauce.
Honestly, you know, she works so hard. You know, she's so focused and determined. When she has a goal in mind, she, you know, focuses on it and just gets the job done. So, you know, Angela's a great client because once I tell her what she needs to do, she does it on her own. She comes in, trains hard, but then she also does the homework when she's not with me. You know, so when it comes to eating well and doing her cardio, things like that, she's locked in.
That's all we get. We don't get no like recipes. No.
I was like, can you
I-
give me
Like,
you know,
what is the actual regimen?
You sitting over there chest poking out. I'm like, you over here flat chested like.
You know, I can't give out all the secrets. You know, I got to keep a little bit in the
we gotta pay
bag.
for that, is what you're saying.
Basically,
Okay,
yeah.
all right.
I got $1.
So
I got you.
We're gonna jump into Rob a little bit more later, but first I want to start off with some hot topics that we have going on in Hollywood. The first, Megyn Kelly of NBC gets the boot. Ciao. So if you guys aren't up to date with what's been going on this past week, Megyn Kelly made some pretty racial remarks about blackface and that she felt that it's appropriate to do blackface on Halloween. What do y'all think?
Now, girl, you already know.
Hot mess.
Now you know. Like I do not agree with that at all.
Yeah.
Like there's no.
Not even on Halloween.
Not even on Halloween. It's not funny.
No, it's
There's
not.
nothing. No.
What do you think, Imani?
Especially because during the Halloween time, that's when a lot of people who are non-blacks or not minorities, they use this this occasion to kind of cultural appropriate and then do this blackface. She even made a comment about, oh, my friend, she was Diana Ross and she made herself
wait,
darker.
You're spilling it. We're gonna watch a quick
Okay, let
clip.
me not even.
Let's
My
watch the
bad,
clip really quick.
girl.
No, it's fine for those who don't know yet. Let's
Imani
watch
did
it
her
real quick.
homework. That's my girl.
Right.
Being okay. Here's NBC's Megyn Kelly.
What is racist? Because truly, you do get in trouble if you are a white person who puts on blackface
Yes.
for Halloween, or a black person who puts on whiteface for
Yes.
Halloween. Like back when I was a kid, that was okay as long as you were dressing
me,
up
the
as like a
bars-
character. There was
Lies.
controversy on the Real Housewives of New York.
It
with
was
Luann,
never okay.
because she dressed as Diana Ross, and she made her skin look darker than it really is, and people said that was racist. And I don't know. I thought, like, who doesn't love Diana Ross? She wants to look like Diana Ross for one day. I don't know how like that got racist on Halloween.
Girl, stop it.
No.
Fired. So go ahead, continue your thought now, Imani.
Well, so what I was going to say is, like, you don't see, like, black children or any other person going out and putting on, like, whiteface if they wanted to be Megyn Kelly, for instance, for
Right.
Halloween. And it's just not right because blackface, there is a big cultural, a historic, like, it's rooted in racism.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
It's not funny. It's especially for us. And if you have black people complaining about something that's affecting them, then why not listen?
Right. My issue is that she's not just a TV host. You are a journalist.
Oh,
It is
yes.
your duty,
you know
your
better.
obligation to do your diligent research and be up to par on social disparities, especially regarding racism. Like,
Yeah.
there's no excuse for why you don't know why that's inappropriate. What do you think, Rob?
I totally agree. I think what people forget to realize is that it comes with so much history. Like back in, in the theater arts, back in the 1830s, 1900s is when it started. So, it was derogatory. White male actor was dressing up as a black person and doing skits, and it was more so they were like rough looking and lazy, like all these negative tones, for our culture.
Right.
So it's not about just Halloween. It's about the history aspect of it.
Exactly.
And I don't think that Megyn Kelly knows the history.
Right.
She doesn't,
She's
clearly.
completely not. She's oblivious to the entire situation.
Right.
Yeah.
I do want to say that if a Caucasian person or somebody that is not black wanted to dress up as a black person for Halloween, there's an appropriate way to do it.
Right.
If you want it to be, let's say somebody wanted to be Jay-Z for Halloween, dress as Jay-Z,
Right.
but keep your face the same color that naturally
Your face the same color. Yeah.
Like,
You
but
don't-
just put on a costume, but don't
Yeah.
change your face.
Yeah. So the reason why I want to talk about this is because she mentioned that she thought it was appropriate for Halloween, being that Halloween is right around the corner. A question I want to pose for you guys is it appropriate or cool for Christians to celebrate Halloween?
Oh my gosh, this is like super major to me because I don't really celebrate Halloween because there are times where I feel like it is a little bit demonic, and I'm just not a fan of things popping out at me, things that represent death. My reflexes are not, it's not okay.
Yeah.
I might get kicked out of Not Scary Forum and all those other things. But I noticed that a lot of Christian churches and things, in order to keep up with the crowd and the congregation, they celebrate Halloween and they give out candies, which is a little bit confusing for me because I know my grandmother as a pastor who doesn't celebrate Halloween, but come around church season, we give out candies.
Yeah. Is that, they call it what, praise night?
For
at church?
I want to say Hallowfest, but it's not called Hallowfest. They call it they used to do fall festival.
Yeah.
They name it something different.
So
Okay.
it basically, it's appropriate, but only within reason. As long as it's at the church, then it's okay.
For me,
That's not my opinion. I'm just
yeah.
saying, that's
I
what you're
guess for
saying.
you.
No, not for me. I don't, like I said, I don't really celebrate Halloween. I mean, this year I did want to, but for me, I wouldn't be celebrating Halloween in the church. If we're going to be following some type of, religion and guidelines, then we need to stick to that. We
Yeah.
shouldn't be,
I guess for me, being like a new age, modern Christian, I don't see nothing wrong with it because I'm not worshiping anybody but my God. For one particular day, I'm just going and I'm being somebody funny for Halloween. You know what I'm saying? Like this
Okay.
year, I was thinking about being like Joanne the Scammer, or maybe
honestly, trolling.
Yeah.
or being like a fun celebrity or something like that. Like I never dress in like a demonic costume.
Right.
And I know, okay, once Halloween is over, I still worship God. So
Yeah.
I don't think there's a problem with it. I think, I think it's more a holiday for kids. That's just my opinion.
Yeah.
Growing up, kids in general, whether it's Halloween or not, love to dress up, be somebody else. So I think it's cool for the kids to dress up and go and get candy and have fun with their friends. As an adult, I feel like it's okay, but like you said, Imani, just be mindful of, the message we're putting out. I don't think that it's wise to go out and, do all kinds of demonic stuff or whatever, but if you want to just hang out with your friends and turn up a little bit, I think it's okay.
Yeah.
Rob, want to chime in?
I totally agree with you guys.
Yeah.
I think it's the same thing. You go out, have fun, and just keep it safe and keep it clean and enjoy yourself. But I think the same thing. Just those guidelines of just straight religion it's a fine line.
yeah.
Yeah.
So like you said, just keep it clean and have fun and enjoy it, but just be safe.
Yeah.
Rob probably be wearing have his muscles all out on Halloween.
Yo,
and
I
stuff.
was
wondering, I'm like, what you wearing?
It's a beater
Right.
and the Uncle T chain.
Right. He's probably like, yeah.
Talk easy.
That ain't fair.
Because it's true. That's what you're gonna wear on Halloween.
Well, I'm not dressing up this year. I'll put it like that. I'm taking this year off.
But this is kind of probably like a peak season for you because I know a lot of my friends go hard in the gym 30 days
Right.
prior to Halloween to get fit for their costume.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, which is understandable.
Yeah, everyone is, but year round out here in Los Angeles, everyone needs to stay ready.
Well,
Yeah.
speaking of getting fit and athleticism, we're
I
gonna
didn't get my
shift.
15 minutes in today.
What you mean? What are you guys talking about?
Getting fit.
Chabu.
I'm trying to be like Angela Bassett when I get up.
Your body snatched already.
I know,
Right?
but well, thank you.
Well,
look
look,
great.
Trainer. So I didn't want to like gas myself, but Rob did train me for. I used to do pageants. He trained me for Miss Greater Inland Empire and Miss Los Angeles and Miss North Carolina,
Yep.
where I
Wow.
placed top 10. So, you know, I was gonna plug in a little picture, but I'm gonna save y'all. I'm gonna spare the details for now because this is about
Oh,
you.
you gotta show that
it ain't
picture.
about me. I will. I'll show you guys next time. So, you know, speaking of athleticism, I want to shift over to my favorite player, Steph Curry. Shout out to Golden State, who's gonna win another championship. Excuse me.
Girl, that's
Yeah,
you know how I feel about Golden State.
Hold it.
I'm a Cleveland Cavs fan. all
Don't over
day.
here. Oh
Oh.
gosh, I can hear other people in my ear right now. So Steph Curry is taking on Hollywood with the new venture as an executive producer. There's a film that's called Breakthrough, and it's basically about a young boy, he slips on some ice, he falls into the water, everybody thinks that he's dead, and it's just this miraculous story of him coming back to life because of everybody's faith. The idea was brought to him by Devon Franklin, whom we know is like a heavyweight in entertainment and faith. So I just want to know, are you guys here for Steph Curry as an executive producer?
I am. He's
Yeah.
following behind LeBron James.
I was just gonna say that.
You know,
This is-
LeBron James
Listen, y'all
did it
can
first.
keep the petty. Y'all can keep the petty.
I'm just stating
I mean, but
facts.
it's okay. 'Cause LeBron James is over with the Lakers now, so either way.
But did he win the
good.
championship last year?
Temporarily.
Did he win the championship last year? Oh, okay. I was just checking.
Who
Just making
LeBron
sure
did?
that- Yeah.
He did it for that.
No, we talking about
And then 2
last
years
year.
for that.
You know, we talking
And then
about
a year
last
for
year.
that.
Listen, first of all.
I'm just saying.
Okay, so if you guys aren't familiar with what the role of an executive producer is, they're not so much hands-on with the technical aspect. It's more of like financial backing
Yeah.
and like the creative development. So I know he got the coin to back the film. Do we think that he can pull his weight creatively?
I think so.
I think so.
Yeah, I think
Definitely.
Yeah.
so. I think
Definitely.
That's it? Why?
I mean, just like I was gonna mention LeBron James as well, and being like a
What's
best.
with all this LeBron
LeBron.
James?
He's in
You
the
know,
media.
well, I'm a Lakers fan. You know, but
And you a LeBron fan. I feel it.
I feel
Oh, never
outnumbered.
mind.
You
Cut
know-
his mic off.
That's all right, Steph. I got you, Steph. I got you, Steph.
now I am.
Anyway, continue.
Yeah, so I'm just mentioning LeBron James because he does have his, I can't think of his production company name, but he has a production company.
I've
so
seen some of
it's-
his work.
Yeah, it's
He has
it's
like 3 or 4
possible.
shows out right
He
now.
does.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. So I think Steph Curry could do it.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think Steph Curry has the creative capabilities of doing it. Like, I have no doubt.
I think so too, and what I love about him is that he's so vocal and open about his faith walk.
Yeah.
You know, he always talks about God and just being an overall family man. So I think it'll be a good look for him. Yeah. So speaking of being a man of faith, we're gonna shift over to our special segment called Faith in It. This is a segment where we highlight someone in Hollywood who is outspoken about their faith and has taken major strides with a career in entertainment. And so today we're gonna highlight none other than Denzel Washington. Who else should we talk about, right? So what I love about Denzel is that, you know, I've read a couple of interviews or read a couple of articles that when he picks his roles, he makes sure to pick roles that are contingent upon his faith, meaning he's not going to take on a role if he can't bring some type of truth to it.
Yep.
You know, and I've also read that he would, once he takes a character, he'll find a scripture in the Bible to correlate with that character and build off of it that way, which I think is so dope. But before he jumped into his career in entertainment, he told a story about how there was a woman in a salon who prophesied this over him. And so we're going to watch a quick clip about him kind of just talking about how he came to know what he was going to do in Hollywood.
40 years ago, just this past March, I was flunking out of college.
No, can you start at the
I had a
55-second mark?
1.7 grade point average. I hope none of you can relate. I had a 1.7 grade point average. I was sitting in my mother's beauty shop. They still call it beauty shop now? What they call it now? Yeah, I was sitting in the beauty parlor. I was sitting in my mother's beauty parlor, and I'm looking in the mirror, and I see behind me this woman under the dryer. And every time she looked up, every time I looked up, she was looking at me, just looking me in the eye. And I didn't know who she was, and I said, you know, she said, somebody give me a pen, give me a pencil, I have a prophecy. March 27, 1975, she said, boy, you are gonna travel the world and speak to millions of people. Now mind you, I was flunked out of college. I'm thinking about joining the army. I didn't know what I was gonna do, and she's telling me I'm gonna travel the world and speak to millions of people. Well, I have traveled the world, and I have spoke to millions of people. But that's not the most important thing, the success that I had. The most important thing is that what she taught me and what she told me that day has stayed with me since. I've been protected. I've been directed.
Tell him.
I've been corrected.
It's all deep. I'm feeling
I've
it.
kept God in my life, and it's kept me
I've
humble.
had a day.
I didn't always stick with him, but he always stuck with me. So stick with him in everything you do. If you think you want to do what you think I've done, then do what I've done and stick with God. Number 2.
All right.
That was good.
Thank you for that. Right.
That
So
was really
It's
good.
powerful.
I love that he's so open about his faith, and that, you know, when he takes on characters, he keeps that in mind, that the root, the very reason why he does all of this is to bring glory to the kingdom. So quickly, what's your favorite Denzel piece?
Oh.
I'll start. The Book of Eli. Do y'all remember that
Oh,
movie?
yeah.
Where he nobody knew he was blind until the end, and so basically the moral of the story is we walk by faith and not by sight. That was my favorite, absolute favorite. What was yours?
Oh my God, I love everything Denzel.
One.
I can't
That's
pinpoint
tough.
one.
Pick one.
I
is so
cannot
tough.
pinpoint
What do you
one.
think?
Oh, I love Malcolm X.
Oh, yeah,
yes.
that's a classic.
I love Malcolm X.
Yeah, that's a classic. Imani?
You know what? Yeah, this was a tough question, but I'm just gonna based on like my friend Ashton making his way into being an actor. He was just in a recent film with Denzel. I can't think of the name of it.
The Negotiator.
No,
Recent?
it's recent.
The Equalizer?
Oh, Equalizer.
Too?
That's what I'm thinking of.
Yes.
Yes.
That's
So shout out
huge.
to Ashton for being in that piece. That was really
That's huge.
What was that movie Denzel did when his son was dying?
John Q.
John
Yeah.
Q. That was one of
Oh.
my one of my favorite movies.
That one was heavy.
That one was heavy.
Yeah, that was heavy.
Superb acting, though. Oh, nice.
That's why I love Denzel.
I know you can't. You
Who
really can't
doesn't?
pick just one. All right. So since we're on the topic heavily on faith, we're gonna shift the focus to our special guest, Rob Thompson.
yes.
This is gonna be our interview portion, and so. Rob, first of all, thank you again for being on the show.
Thank you for coming, Rob.
Yeah,
I
thank
wish
you
I
for
would have
having me.
worn
I appreciate it.
athletic gear. You know what I'm saying?
I thought about that.
I love
You
he
know, have my
We could-
guns out, my little baby guns out.
We could have got a workout in right now.
We sure
you
could
know?
have.
Yeah, right?
But the way my stomach's set up.
So this show is called Faith and Fame for a reason. So the focus of the show is because, you know, we all work in entertainment. There's this false idea that you can't be a person of faith and then have a successful career. It's like you can only do one or the other. We're killing that today. So you can do both. So today we want to talk about, you know, what is faith to you first and foremost, and then what is your faith?
Faith for me is honestly just trusting God, and through it all. I mean, through it, when things are going great, and especially when things are going bad, or you're in that state of isolation, and you're trying to figure out what the next move is, and then you don't want to make a bad decision or a quick decision. Sometimes you just have to be still and just wait.
That's a word.
You know.
Be still.
So, you know, just one thing that I've learned is just to trust him, and no matter what, do the good, the bad, or the in-between, just keep the faith and stay positive, and just be genuine. Just try to continue to be you, and don't take the bait, you know what I mean, of Hollywood to get to where you need to be.
Elaborate on that a little bit. What do
know,
you mean by
just-
taking the bait?
Just trusting God. It, like my mom always used to say, all money isn't good money.
That's right.
You know what I mean? So sometimes you have to say no to an opportunity if you feel uncomfortable and you feel that discernment of the Spirit telling you not to do something, or it may not be the right idea, that's a sign.
Sure enough.
So just wait. That doesn't mean you may have to say no to one opportunity to get the blessing on the other side of the door.
Right. That's
He not
good.
only give you a six pack, but he give you a word. That's it right there. That's it. That's it.
Yo, that's
That'll make me wanna sign up.
Right. That's funny. So, what is your faith? Like, do you have a denomination? Did you grow up a particular way? Are you something different now?
Non-denominational. I grew up originally in a Baptist church, and then I'm a member of, still a member of the Potter's House in Dallas.
Nice.
So when Bishop came to
Shout out
Dallas,
to
I was
Bishop
there.
Jakes.
Yeah. So just with him and just his teaching, it really helped me out a lot as I was growing up through high school and losing my dad, and then going to college. I mean, I needed that ear,
Yeah.
that voice, in my ear.
How was your spirituality growing up?
Oh, strong faith base.
So you
My
grew
mom
up
is
in
a
the
prayer
church.
warrior.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Still
Okay.
to this day.
What's your
So-
favorite scripture?
Philippians 4:13.
I can do all things.
I can do all things through
Yeah,
Christ who
that's-
strengthens me.
That's a classic.
And and it's true because
You
sometimes
felt it?
Yeah, I love that.
Y'all had the spirit over here.
Yeah, we did.
because it's hard out here in Los Angeles. It's challenging for whatever industry you're in, whatever you're going through. You're away from your family, you're away from your friends. You're out here in LA trying to be successful.
Yeah.
So I mean, you're in isolation. So you have to trust God. You have to keep that faith and keep your spirit strong, because there are going to be bad days.
Yeah.
It's going to be great days, and then you're going to go back to the bottom. So to maintain your emotional and so spiritual balance, you have to have your prayer life in order. You have to journal. Like I journal daily. You know, I write and talk to God. I may not be able to pray at that moment, but then I'll go back a couple of days and just write.
Yeah.
You know.
Tell us the moment, if you can remember, where you knew for yourself that God was real.
Well, honestly, it started. It's a lot, you know. There's a lot of in this journey, but just when I was born, I was 3 months early and I weighed 1 pound. You know, so, you know.
And you big now.
Stop it!
You know, so they,
Can't deal with you.
1 pound to 200 something. That's crazy. Won't God do it? He would do exceedingly in abundance. It's a blessing.
Oh my gosh.
you know, so just, you know, thankful. Y'all so crazy. But just, you know, just thankful that, you know, God blessed me to be 100% healthy and everything that the doctor said that was going to be wrong, learning disabilities, but not being able to walk, hear, see, things like that. So when I look at to where God has brought me from, and I'm thankful that I be able to work out and train hard and inspire people to also do the same. You know, but I didn't know I was going to be a trainer growing up. I wanted to be something completely different.
Which was?
Well, actually, I wanted to be a sports agent at first. You know, so
I can see that.
I studied sports management, minored in psychology. I took kinesiology classes. So I wanted to soak up the information. You know, but then looking back at it, I was like, you know what, God was actually preparing me to be a trainer before I even knew it. You know, because my mom was, you know, overweight as a kid, and you know, she brought home this little program that had like what she should eat throughout the day, and you know, started the little diet. I would used to wake up in the morning, cook her eggs, make toast, have her, you know, half of a grapefruit, have her lunch ready. Then we get up. Then when she get home from work, we'll go for a walk in the park for an hour. You know, and then she lost 100 pounds in a year. I'm 11 years old.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
You know, so I'm looking back and I'm like, well, God already was preparing me with my first client, which was my mom. And I just want her to be healthy and see me as of now.
Absolutely.
You know, so when I look back at it, he was already preparing me way back then.
That's beautiful.
That's awesome.
That's beautiful. So question, you're from Dallas. You moved here in what year?
Where are we? 2010.
2010.
Oh, you've
Okay.
been here a while.
Yeah. So because you are a celebrity fitness trainer, so you work heavily in entertainment, what has been some of the struggles you faced, you know, trying to not only break through this your industry, but like staying true to who you are spiritually?
Honestly, just being yourself. You know, with my clients, I treat each client like it's my only client.
And
know?
Oh, you gonna treat me like Angela?
you know what?
Same treatment.
And I can attest to that because I can't even count how many times we've changed, or how many years at this point. But Rob, I've always had like, you know, this, I'm naturally thin, been this way my whole life. So I didn't even think that it was possible to like, you know, pack on weight or muscle mass. What you did for me between, you know, with the nutrition plan and just helping me to stay consistent with like fitness was crazy. I wish I had the picture to show you guys that I went from like a size 0 to like a 5 with all muscle. Yeah, baby.
That's what I'm trying to do.
You have to see the pictures.
Trying to do.
Well, I'm already thick. I'm trying to get thicker. You know what I'm saying?
So to get those gains.
But it was amazing to see my body transform the way it did, because I didn't think it was. Remember when I first came to you, I was like, yo, I'm telling you, I don't think that it's possible. You was like, yo, because you ain't been with me yet.
Right,
so,
I got you.
So I can attest that you're very hands-on. Everything was like for me. It wasn't some generic, like, take this, eat this, do this. So
Thank you.
I can attest
I'm about to sign
that.
up and use that fake
No, you
fame
really
discount.
should. You really should.
I got you.
I want the
really
same
should.
plan.
2 for 1.
How do you create these plans, though, in your mind? Like, I mean, it seems like it's just second nature. So how do you go about, you know, customizing these things?
Without giving everything, but I take each client and really you have to start at the bottom. You know, treat every client no matter what their skill level may be or what their athleticism may be. Just start out at the basics. Try to figure out what muscle imbalances, what's wrong with the client, what issues are they having, or what if their movement pattern is incorrect. We have to fix all of that before we get into something dynamic, more athletic, more heavier weight. We have to kind of gauge it that way. So I really just try to figure out what each client needs and then focus on just that.
So being that you are like the motivator, like what motivates you?
Honestly, myself. Like I've always been, thank God, a really focused, self-driven person, and the way I look at it, no one can make me better outside of God is myself.
That's good.
You know, so my competition is me. There will be days I may be a little bit low on energy. I may be tired. I may not want to work out again that day, but I have to focus. If I don't do it, who will?
How many times a day you work out?
It depends. Once or twice.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
How do you start
That's my
your
weekly.
mornings?
My weekly. One or two.
Yeah, but I want to know, how do you start your mornings? Because I think like setting intentions for the day is very important, and you're saying you're your own motivator.
Right.
So
It's funny you say that. It depends on the day. So like right now, I have an earlier morning on Tuesday, Thursdays. So on Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, I'm planning. I try to work out before I start my clients. Certain days I may have to do it at the end. So it kind of depends on my client's schedule and what they may need, depending on filming. I'll make the adjustments towards that.
okay.
Yeah.
Has there ever been a moment where you feel like you had to compromise your faith
No.
in this business?
Not compromise my faith, but there was a point in time I was like, you know, do I want to move back to Dallas?
Ooh, why
I
was
had
that?
that thought. You know, you just get to a point where you know where you want to be, and it's just not happening fast enough.
Don't we know?
You know, and
You talking to us?
right, and it's challenging. I think we all go through it, but then I said, you know what, God has brought me this far. He's not gonna leave me now. You know, so I'm like, I'm just gonna be patient, keep the faith, and keep working. And then fast forward 4 years later, I'm at another level.
Yeah.
So now I'm like, okay, God, what's next? You know, so even now things are going great, but there's still always a level up period.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, so it's a little bit more on you at that time where you have to really feel you have to search for God, be like, okay, God, I can't do this by myself.
Yeah.
I need you.
Yeah.
So I know all your clients aren't Christian. How do you deal with clients? Like maybe if you, like, I don't know how you inspire your clients. I don't know if it's through scriptures or whatever the case may be, but how do you deal with clients who aren't, you know, the same faith as you?
Great question. The way I look at it, I ask God for each of my clients, and throughout the day, there may be one thing I could say to them that they'll remember and they'll be inspired by. You know, so the way I look at it, I can't judge anyone for being a certain denomination or, you know, atheist or, you know, that's not my call, because God still loves us all.
Right.
So I got to treat all my clients the same way. If I'm living for God and I love God and God loves me, I have to love everyone too.
Oh, that is so
Amen.
deep,
That's
especially
good.
with what's going on right now with the shooting that just took place.
Right.
It's crazy. We're all connected at
That's
the end
right.
of the day.
Yeah.
But I have a question, because you did mention that you started off as Baptist, correct? You grew up in a Baptist church,
Yes,
and then you're non-denominational. So how did that transformation happen?
It was a great transformation because with the teaching and the word that I was getting from Bishop, it just spoke to me, to my spirit. You know, so for me, it's about the word and what's being presented to me and how I feel about it. That's the most important part. You know, God comes to gives us voices, or His voice in each different forms.
Yeah.
You know, so if you're not open to it, you may not never hear Him in your ear.
Right.
So you always got to have to keep your ears and spirit open.
I think you bring up a good point. For me, growing up, I was Pentecostal, and then when we moved to the East Coast, we became Baptist, and now I'm non-denominational, because for me, it's just all confusing, and for me, it's just like another way to separate God's people.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We all worship the same God. We're all here to
Exactly.
reverence the same person, so why have Baptist,
all that.
you know, all that.
Right.
I just, it's confusing to me. So that's a
That is
great
okay.
point.
Have you ever trained TD Jakes?
Oh wait, that's not my news.
Possibly.
That's fair. That's fair.
Because they're some holy weights. Let me tell you something. TD Jakes, the ladies have some weights. I want to touch them.
You're ridiculous. That is ridiculous. So I have a question about, you know, you as a trainer. You typically, now you train anyone, but you typically focus on women. Why is that?
Honestly, you know, I grew up after my, you know, dad passed. It was my mom and my sister. You know, it's who I spent majority of my time with. You know, so I really don't turn away any client depending on who comes to me. You know, that's why I tell some, you know, trainers that's growing, you know, in the industry, you know, don't worry about what other trainers are doing, because God is going to send you who you really need to work with.
Preach.
If another trainer is working with this A-list client, it's fine.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
for them.
And that can apply not just to you as a trainer, but to all of us, whether it be an agent, manager, a
Right.
boyfriend, like whomever, what's for you, who's for you, God will bring to you without you having to chase.
word.
Right.
You know, I'm just saying.
That's the word.
And then every client or agent or manager may not even want.
Exactly.
Sure enough.
Exactly. Yep. That's why it's also super important to exercise your discernment, especially in this industry.
It's
It's a
true.
lot of fakes, a lot of people trying to sell you a dream and aren't even capable of doing that for you. So
Right.
discernment is key. I want to know if you can share, how did you obtain someone as big as Angela Bassett? Was that through word of mouth? Through, how was that connected?
Because that's the queen.
That's the queen.
Right. Period.
Yeah, actually, me, Angela, Tasha Smith, we all met about, what was that, back in 2000.
Shout out to Tasha, my
That's my
acting
girl.
coach. Hey, T.
That's my sister right there. She is amazing. So I met them, back then, and we trained together. And fast forward,
All three of y'all?
Yes.
Oh my! I bet y'all was so funny.
Yes.
I wonder if Tasha complained more than me when she working out.
She's so funny.
She's awesome. So then a couple of years went by. Then Tasha said, "Hey, bro," she was like, "Angela needs you again." So we started back up, and it's been ever since.
That's amazing. It's been how long now?
Going on 6 years now?
That's beautiful. And now she's more than just a client. I'm sure she's a friend now.
Yes.
That's beautiful.
She's amazing.
That's beautiful.
Awesome, Angela.
So, I know, right? So, if you could go 20 years ahead, where would you like to be, or what would you like your legacy to be?
Honestly, simple as I want people to, trust and know that I'm genuine. I'm genuine, and I truly care about clients getting to their goal and people I meet. My goal is to inspire through different aspects. It could be through something I might be saying or my personal exercise ability, and people see me working out. Whatever someone may need, I just want to be remembered as someone that has great character. Even though he struggled, made mistakes, he's still a good person. He always is willing to help other people. And just happy. Like, I want people to, there's so much going on in the world today and everything is so negative. Just smile and enjoy yourself and trust God, and everything will turn out for your good.
Yeah. So sometimes there's also a misconception that we as believers, we got God, so we good all the time. They don't see that we also struggle with mental illness, sometimes ailments within our body. So I want to know, how do you keep yourself uplifted and from falling under, even though you got God, you know how to pray, you're in the Word, but like those moments where you feel like God may not be so near. How do you handle that?
Well, I always think about that. I know God is always near, but this is something I'm doing that stepped me away from Him.
That's good.
I know God is always.
BHL, Mike.
I know God is always close. So when I know if it's something that's going on and I'm unstable, it's something that I'm not doing. So then I have to go back and recalculate what I'm doing wrong. Or I may not be praying enough, or I may not be listening to the Word enough. It's something that I'm not doing that's drawing me away. But God is always close.
Yeah. Do you struggle with anything as a believer? If you're comfortable sharing, like some people still cuss. Little things.
Right.
Shame on them.
No, you don't.
I can't talk. But is there anything that you struggle with as a believer that you're adamantly working on?
That
you're comfortable with sharing?
Let me think.
Maybe because y'all gotta eat a lot.
Right.
Is that considered gluttony?
Actually, yeah.
Is it?
It is. Even excessively working out.
Oh wow, I wouldn't.
That's why I don't do it. I got enough sins to get to.
Even that could be one. Excessively working out. If you're so stuck on yourself, then what are you really doing it for? Are you doing it for the right reasons?
Do you feel that that applies to you?
No, not at all.
Yeah.
Not at all. But I'm just saying in general. But for me, just my thing is just really being patient. I think sometimes I get a little bit impatient because I want things to happen faster, because I'm not only doing things for myself, I'm doing things for my family, I'm doing things, so you want to motivate and keep, progressing. Sometimes I have to worry about, okay, I can't do everything myself. So God, I'm being impatient, so I have to slow down a little bit and let Him do what He needs to do for me.
I think we're all guilty of that. We want what we want. We want it right now. That's one thing I got to work on, is my patience.
Right.
I'm working on it.
It's tough. It's tough, especially out here with social media, because you're looking at the phone every day. You see what people. You start comparing, and we're all in the same.
Yeah.
No matter who's high, who's low, one person can be here today and be here tomorrow.
Yeah.
So it's just staying even keel.
Yeah. Do you guys have any questions for him?
Oh,
I know I take the floor a lot, so. Opening the floor, no. I want to play a quick game with you. 'Cause,
Uh-oh.
you know, we got to know a little bit about you, about your faith. Let's get to know you on a more intimate level.
Uh-oh.
Dun,
So-
dun, dun.
Got the eyebrows.
Don't be scared. So this is called rapid fire.
Uh-oh.
All right?
Okay.
You remember this game.
I'm kind of nervous. I don't know.
So there's 15 questions on the page. You pick the number. So if you say question number 15, I'm gonna read 15, and you're gonna answer with the first thing that comes to your mind. Don't think about it. Don't see it.
I'm going to try not to.
Give me
Okay.
the first answer. Can I get like 2 minutes on the clock?
Dun, dun, dun.
Add a little fire under your butt, make you,
I'm a little nervous right now.
Okay. All right. You ready? Take a deep breath. You sure? All right. Now,
It's kind of warm.
when I say go, you pick the number, and then after I ask you the question, answer it. Give me another number right away.
Okay.
All right. 15 questions. All right.
Are we going through all these 15?
If you can get through it, it's on you.
How much time do I have?
2 minutes.
All right, let me put the, hold on.
He competitive, so he about to do it.
Let me check my heart rate.
Typical of a trainer.
Okay. All right, I'm ready.
You ready?
I'm ready.
All right. Go.
3.
What's the best advice you have ever received?
Never give up.
Ooh, give me another one.
Stay strong.
No, number. Crazy?
Oh, 1. Give me 1. Give me 1.
Looking at his hat like he's going.
I know. Right, like what?
If you could go back to any year of your life, which year would you go back to and why?
Ooh,
It's good, ain't it?
that is a tough one. What I would say,
Don't think about
26.
it. And why?
I would have came out here sooner.
Ooh, okay. All right, give me another one.
9.
9. What is your favorite book other than the Bible?
Ooh, that's a tough one. Actually, T.D. Jake's book, He Motions.
Ooh.
I think that is a great book that talks about men's just, things that we deal with. Still being a strong man, but also being in tone and sensitive to our own emotions too.
That sounds good.
It's a good one.
Give me another one.
Actually, the Tiger Woods book I just finished. reading. It
No,
was great.
crazy number.
I'm actually trying to stall. I'm actually trying to stall. 7.
7. If you could ask God one question, what would you ask him? That's deep.
Oh, that's tough.
One question. That's a good one, right?
Am I accepted into heaven?
Ooh. Don't we all want to know the answer to that?
I'm trying to walk up. Like,
Right. White on.
Skip the line, I know that.
You would skip the line.
You skipped the line.
Excuse me.
Give me another one.
He waiting for me.
30 seconds left.
That's a. Let's go 2.
2.
Let's go 2.
If you would have won the Mega Millions, what's the first thing you would have bought?
Ooh. I would have to take care of mom. You have to give mom a nice house.
Would you get a house?
Absolutely.
Nice. Okay, one more. I mean, well, a few more if you can.
10.
10. What is the last movie you watched in a theater?
What was that? A Star Is Born.
Nice. One more.
11.
11. What is your biggest pet peeve?
When people be like, I got something to tell you.
Oh, I can't
And then they're like, never mind.
That's me.
You be like, dude, you have to tell me now.
Yo, I do that at least once a day. I probably will work your last nerve.
That is so annoying. Because then you feel like you need something. You know?
Yeah. All right, cool. That was fun. Thank you
yeah.
so much for joining us today,
Yeah, I felt
taking
like-
your time out of your day. Was that
Kinda
stressful?
long. Yeah, a little bit.
You did good.
Thank you.
Any last questions for Rob?
When we want to work out.
No, that's
I know you say you don't take men clients.
I
but
no wait.
I ain't that difficult.
Actually, I have several men clients right now. Let's put that out there. I have like 5 or 6.
Okay.
So we're good. We're good.
7.
Got you. I got you.
Can you ever have too many clients?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so what's like your
Absolutely.
cutoff?
Well, I try not to train more than 6 a day. So it kind of just depends,
that's a
Okay.
Yeah, because even that's a lot. I've
That is a
done
lot.
the days of 10, 12 clients in a day, and the thing is, you never want to lose focus and attention to each client. So you have so much. You may have a lot of quantity, but you want it to be efficient.
Right.
You want your one-on-one relationships to be
Right.
efficient.
One last question for your viewers who are watching.
Mm-hmm.
Give them one piece of advice or inspiration to end the night with.
Simple as what's on the front of my hat. Just
Keep
going.
going.
No matter what your goal is or what you're striving for, or your career, or just in your personal life, just keep going through the good and the bad, and just keep God first.
Yeah. Before we go, give us a little Scoop one, BHL.
All right, y'all, I got some good stuff over here. So, hey, BHL fans, Black Hollywood Live is the first urban digital broadcast network in existence. Since inception, BHL has prided itself on creating outstanding content in all areas from news, music, politics, to lifestyle and entertainment. We've not only given voice to the often underserved Black and the Latino community, we've also provided new hosts with the dopest platform to exercise their talents. And that's not all. BHL has done the same for many of Hollywood's A-list, including Oprah Winfrey, whom has made multiple BHL appearances and given us several shout-outs. Now the Black Hollywood Live Network needs your help. How can you do that? By subscribing to our YouTube channel. That's how. Subscribing to our YouTube channel will also help you find new shows we're sure you'll love. And if you're worried about annoying notifications, don't be, because they are optional. So hit that subscribe button now. It's easy and it helps us continue our work. So let us know you did in the comments and we'll show you some love on air. Thanks for being supportive fans to BHL, helping us take the network to the next level and continue to redefine Hollywood.
Yes.
All right, and on that note, y'all, thank you so much for tuning into the first official episode of Faith and Fame with me, your host, Brittney Q Hill. Please follow me on all social media platforms at Brittney Q Hill. That's Brittney. You guys spell it right. Tell us how to follow you.
You guys can follow me on all social media platforms at I am J Lamar. And Brittney, we have something special for you.
What do you have?
So,
I'm nervous.
for your first show,
Yes.
we just want to say congratulations. You worked so hard. We've seen the hard work and tears. And congratulations on your first show.
Yes.
Love you so much.
It's been amazing.
Thank you.
So beautiful. And hey, everyone, you can follow me at Imani A Jack and at ImaniJTV.com, where I'm covering everything pop culture and news.
All right, Rob, tell us how we can follow you.
Follow me on all social media platforms at Get Fit by Rob.
All right, y'all, it's been real. Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you next week.
See y'all
Salud.
next week.
Bye.
From executives Kevin Undergaro, Dario Kristen, Tiana Hobson, and the entire BHL staff, we would like to thank you for supporting Black Hollywood Live, the first online broadcast network dedicated to African American entertainment. For questions and comments, contact us. info@blackhollywoodlive.com. Like us on Facebook, tweet us, or Instagram us at BHL Online. And I am the official voice of Black Hollywood Live, Scipio. Instagram me at KingXOBay. Thanks for tuning in.
The views expressed here are those of the host only and do not necessarily reflect the views of BHL or its owners or principals.